What's up guys? Welcome back. Raj here again. Maiba tayo, aside sa technical knowledge, lagyan natin ng icing on top. Kaya pag-usapan naman natin ang market intangibles, specifically trader profiles sa stock market. Bakit kailangan mong malaman ang trading profile? Trading profiles is an important aspect of trading, not just to understand how you are going to execute your trades, but also to be aware of the market. Sino nga ba ang mga market participants? Did you know na there is a correlation or connection between your trigger point or trade execution and your profile as a trader? Tara, pag-usapan natin. So, as a beginner, eventually malalaman mo ano yung hinahanap mo na price action before ka mag-execute ng trades mo. Once you have observed this, you will be able to identify saan ka nga ba mas inclined. And it will lead you to identify your niche as you move towards your mastery. Pero paano mo malalaman to? You need to have a journal of your past trades. Best available trading journal in the market right now? Of course, Minerva. We wouldn't be discussing Minerva here, but salute to Sir Cosmos for his dedication to develop a one-of-a-kind journal. By the way, Sir Cosmos is one of the mentors in ZFT. Alright, let's proceed. Ano nga ba ang mga profiles? Knowing your trade profile. Paano nga ba malalaman ano ang trading profile that is suitable for you? Personally, it is a trial and error. I hope there's a shortcut, but sad to say there's none. Siguro may iba na sinerte na yung profile na napili nila from the start, yun pa din until now. There are people naman na sobrang diverse na sa lahat ng profile na ginagawa nila, kaya nila kasi they have the experience over time. But I could say, always meron pa ring dominant bias or favorites ang mga to. Ganito kasi yan. Sa umpisa sasabihin mo, ito yung gusto kong maging profile. Pero eventually, marirealize mo, di siya para sa'yo. That's why you have to journal your trades. Sabi nila, passively factor dito yung character na na-develop mo when you are growing up. It could be your environment, upbringing, diskarte mo sa buhay at marami pang iba. What is important is you journalize your trade. Always analyze it and reflect on it. Anyway, there are actually 4 trading profiles which are position, trend follow, swing, and momentum. Meron din further category na day trader and DOD or end of day trader, and of course scalpers. But we will not dig into deeper on that. Basics lang muna tayo. Let's start with position player. By the way, share ko lang, personally, my profile right now is position and trend follow. But when I started my journey as a trader, I was more inclined doing momentum plays. But everything changes because of circumstances and after thoroughly reviewing my journal. That's how I discover it. That's why it is very important na dapat makilala mo yung sarili mo through your journalizing. Let's go back to the topic, which is position trading. Itong claim na to is fit sa mga tao na merong mahabang pasensya at sinasabi rin nila na dapat merong excess money. Doesn't mean na sobrang maraming pera. These are the people na inilalagay nila yung excess money nila sa stock na wala pang confirmation na gagalaw yung isang stock or wala pa talagang established trend. Actually, wala pang significant movement na ginagawa yung stock pero nakaposition na sila or nagbobodega. Bodega tawag sa kanila kasi nag-accumulate sila dyan. Kaya sinasabi na sila yung may excess money. They don't mind if di pa nag-earn or mag-earn for a long period of time yung investment nila or yung position nila. They have other sources of income. They hold their position for a long period of time. So, anong advantage nila? They get the stock at a very low price compared to other profiles. But downside, dahil wala pang confirmation, yung price na binili nila, they have to wait longer and worse is mag-breakdown yung price. Usually sila yung bumibili sa sideways or sa baba or bottom. Pero once the stock moves, medyo malaki yung upside nila. at sila din yung nagbebenta sa'yo sa taas. Kasi nga mababa yung kuha nila. Ganon ang position players. Saan sila pumapasok? Ganito yan. Tingnan natin tong chart na to. They usually enter here. Minsan tinatawag tong sleeper plays. Kasi nga, natutulog pa yung stock pero nakaposition na tong mga tao na to. Imagine pumasok ka dyan. Ang tanong ko sa'yo, kaya mo bang tiisin ang 174 days na di siya gumagalaw at hindi nag-earn? So kung wala kang other sources of income, anong gagawin mo? Nga tayo dyan. Wala kang kikitain dyan, Brad. Kaya ito yung mga taong may excess funds. Let's give another example. Assuming pumasok ka dyan and you waited for 3 months. And ito yung nangyari. Yan ang kinakatakutan ng mga position trader. Ang breakdown sa long consolidation. Ang saklap niyan, Brad. Naghintay ka tapos ni-reject ka lang. Now, let's move to the next trading profile, which is trend follower or trend following. They are called trend follower kasi they simply follow the trend. Ang profile na to usually it can last from medium to long term. Usually this kind of stock na trending makikita mo to sa bull market. Siyempre may mga exception na nagte-trend even if hindi bull market. Trend followers, they enter when there is an established trend. And they don't forecast specific level or target price kasi nga they follow the trend. Di ba tinuro na yung MAs before na it can identify trends? So sila yung bestie mo dito. Let's look at this chart and for example, let's just use ZS Play. Assuming pumasok ka sa ZS ng 100 MA, ang kailangan mo lang gawin is to follow the trend and get out of it once the trend is broken. Or mag-IZS. In ZFT, there are different ways na we can identify trend or we can identify when the trend is broken. It could be using MAs, DARVAs, RSI, or even FIB if may continuation pa ang trend. But for this topic, we won't be discussing those other parameters or indicators. So, balikan natin. Ayan ang nangyari sa chart. Boom! 910% in 450 days. Asan na yung established trend dito? Tingnan mo yung MAs. May AOTS na tayo which tells us na uptrending yung stock. Aside dito, required din na mahaba ang iyong pasensya. Even yung appetite mo sa pullbacks, dapat may allowance ka dyan. That's the kind of mindset that you need as long as di pa nagbe-break yung trend. Andyan ka lang. Check this out. 415% ka na dyan. Tapos, nag-pullback. Naging 324% na lang. Almost 90% ang nawala sa'yo. That is why it is important that you follow your trading plan by riding the trend. So, imagine if you didn't follow your plan, you sold it, then na-shake out ka, nawalan ka na ng 90%, and worse, you just have missed another 600% potential. Pero sino nga ba nakakaalam ng gagawin ng market? No one knows. Just follow your trading plan. Exit when trend changes. So that's how trend follow can execute their trade. Now, let's move to swing. Swing trader naman tayo. Bakit nga ba sila tinawag na swing? Kasi sila yung nagte-take advantage ng swing bottom after a momentum or established trend, anticipating na magko-continue yung momentum or trend after it rested for a swing high. In essence, they take advantage of pullbacks. Swing trading is a short-term trading method that attempts to capture gains in a stock within overnight hold to several days or weeks, depending on price action. Their objective is to profit from a rapid stock movements. It is important na there is an identified trend before it creates a potential swing. Sa non-trending or natutulog na stock, we don't expect na makakapag-swing ka dyan. Kasi nga, wala naman siyang pinanggalingan na momentum eh. Natutulog siya. Diba usually sa swing, dapat may force that drives the swing motion. Diba? Let's try to understand this. Assuming, before the swing happen, there is an initial run-up, which is part of the swing movement, which is we will be calling point A. Your B is the pullback, and C is the resumption of the trend or rebound. Paano nga ba siya tinetrade? Typically, swing trader will enter on the swing low or on pullbacks and exit when the target profit is reached or resistance sell on the swing high. Di ba naalala niyo yung lesson natin sa pullback? Pullback confirms existence of resistance but not support. For support, ang nagko-confirm dito ay rebound. Pero technically, bumibili sila sa support. Pero paano? Since wala pa namang rebound na nangyayari which confirms support. Usually, nagre-rest yung price or the price action on a potential support which is a retest of the historical resistance or PD. So, you can use candlesticks, Darvas, MAs, and so on that could help you to identify support. Their motto is to buy low and sell high. Here is the typical chart for a swing trader. Swing trading allows traders to take advantage of an established trend by entering at much more reasonable prices. Example, your pullbacks or swing low. There are many benefits to a swing trader. They have less waiting periods for price action, takes advantage of market volatility, no entry if the stock is not volatile, reduced exposure to market risk because of short-term trades, exit trades when resistance is hit or target price is reached. Kaya nga, short-term lang sila sa trading. Ang bilis lang nila mag-realize. Kasi, ayaw nila ma-expose sa mga ganitong klaseng market volatility. Yung mga risk. So, and then, they can be used to take multiple trades on a stock movement. We can call this as scalping. They are allowed to have a precise entry and exits if the user is executing the trade which have a well-polished system. So, those are the benefits. Ano naman yung mga cons? The trades are subject to a lot of intraday whipsaws since some stocks have crazy intraday movements from up and down which can be avoided if EOD execution was done. Kasi nga, 'di ba, gusto natin yung may volatility. Kaso yun yung downside nun. Pwede kang ma-whipsaw. They are heavy on concentration and focus. You should generally be monitoring the market for you to still make informed decisions and not making snap buy or sell executions. Kasi nga, ang sinasabi dito is, ang mga swing trader have a more precise entries and exits. Maybe hindi ka aware, pero pinahapyawan na natin ang momentum plays before. Saan? Nung diniscuss natin ang breakout trading. Ha? Pareho pala yun, sir. Relatively speaking, momentum players are breakout traders. Kasi nga gusto nilang may price confirmation na before sila pumasok. Their motto naman is buy high and sell higher. Let's have a look first. Ano nga ba ang itsura ng chart ng momentum players? Let's use the same chart kanina na lang, yung sa swing trader. They buy when there's a confirmation of momentum, which is the breakout. Compared with other profiles, ang momentum player, they buy on higher price kasi they wait for confirmation. But they wait less. Usually, their holding time could last from 1 day to few days. So, sinasakyan lang nila yung momentum. Pag nakakita na sila ng sign of weakness, they sell. But that doesn't mean na pag lumabas na sila sa position nila, tatanggalin na nila sa watch list. Yan. Of course not. they will take advantage of another momentum once mag-resume yung trend. Alright, that's it guys. Now let's have a look at trader classifications according to place. We have the bounce trader, bottom fisher, support buyer, and breakout trader. Buying a bounce is a strategy that focuses on buying a stock once the price falls toward an important area of support. Traders who buy a bounce attempt to profit from a short-term correction or bounce off the identified support. This usually fits well with a swing trader profile. Bounce traders have a system in place where they can identify potential support areas and react at the appropriate time. In our tribe, we have a saying, the harder the crush, the higher the bounce. We start to grin when we see a stock crashing, for we know we can make money out of it. We follow very strict rules in trading bounces. One of it is sell that freaking bounce. That's not for long term. So ganun siya guys. Pag bounce trading talaga, sobrang short term lang nito. Okay, so let's now move to another trading place, which is the bottom fishing. Bottom fisher, sino-sino nga ba to? Ito yung mga tao na naniniwala na masyado nang mura yung presyo ng stock. And they believe na magre-recover din to eventually. And posible gagamitin mo is technical or fundamental. They have this makamura mentality. Naniniwala siya talaga na na-reach na nito yung bottom. Meron sila mga indicator na pwedeng oversold readings or 52 weeks lows or lower or prolonged consolidation, showing a stability of support. Their friend is their patience. It is also known as sleeper trade. So usually this one is fitted sa mga position players. Ang problema lang dito is yung long-term ipit. Pero nga, dahil nga accepted na nila yun, they don't mind kung maipit sila. And again, meron silang excess funds para mag-trade ng mga ganitong klaseng stocks. So, let's move to the next one, which is the support buyer, or what we call as bosso players. Hindi sila bastos guys. Bosso means buy on support opportunities. Sila yung magagaling mang-sipat or mang-spot ng support. Their trading style is heavily reliant on strong supports before a strong rally. They want to position early as much as they want. They have a good understanding and application of AOTS, PUA, and Fibonacci lines to identify support. But we will not be touching it here in the discussion, the Fibonacci, as it is not part of the Blueprint program. Ano nga ba yung support? It is a level that refers to the price level below which historically a stock has had difficulty falling. It is the level at which buyers tend to enter the stock. So pag bumababa sa level na yun, lumalabas yung mga support natin, which are the buyers. If a price of stock falls toward a support level, it is a test for the stock. The support is either confirmed or eradicated. Confirmation occurs as buyers move into the stock, causing it to rise. Okay? So, yun pa rin yun. Bumabalik tayo dun sa support and resistance natin na diniscuss before, or yung supply and demand theory. Okay. Ano naman ang itsura when a support level fails to support? A bosso trader's nightmare when there is a breakdown of support. If the price moves past the support level, it means the support level failed and the market is looking for a lower area of support. Now, let's move to the last one, which is breakout trader. Gamitin din natin yung same chart na diniscuss natin earlier sa momentum trading. Uulitin ko lang, momentum traders are breakout traders. Usually, this is done when the market condition is on an uptrend or breakout from a sideways. Kasi nga pag nag-breakout siya sa resistance, it could mean buyers are now ready to take over. Momentum or breakout traders simply take advantage of the momentum. When there is a sign of weakness, they sell their position. Hopefully, natatandaan nyo pa yung different level of bosses ng resistance in managing our expectations. Ayun guys, bigay pa tayo ng isang example. Ayan. Uy! Breakout Brad! Pabili po! Ayan, kung momentum trader ka, malamang nakabili ka dyan. Kaso, ito yung nangyari. Ayun lang, ito yung worst enemy ng breakout traders, which is fake out. After fake out, nag-consolidate ulit siya and eventually nag-breakout. So, anong lesson dito guys? Hindi porket sinaktan ka, hindi mo nababalikan. Papatawarin mo guys. Huwag mong tatanggalin sa watchlist mo. Keep an eye on it. And look for another or potential play. Alright, that's it guys. Hopefully marami kayong natutunan. Again, may I remind you, please journal your trades. Sabi nga nila, in order to find your niche, you need to find yourself first. Dagdag ko lang guys, to supplement some knowledge on trading profiles, you may want to access or visit Boss Z-Freak's blog. And that's it for Trading Profile. Rats here again. See you next time. Peace. Signing off.